Welcome to the Digital Amateur Television Experimenter's Night. This is VK7OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania. Amateur radio is a worldwide hobby that has many different aspects. Digital television is just one of the many modes and areas that are covered. Maybe you're interested in becoming involved in the DATV Experimenter's Nights. Do you realise that you do not have to be a radio amateur or need any ATV equipment to participate anywhere in the world? Also participate in the night by coming up to the Queen's Domain club rooms. Yes, right on top of the Queen's Domain in the heritage-listed Coast Wireless Station. You never know, we might get you in front of the camera or behind doing one of the many roles during the night. We get underway with our program on a Wednesday night from 7:30 p.m. local time. We'll see you soon. This is VK7 OTC.
Okay, this is VK7OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania with our DATV Experimenter's Night. I'll move that over. And we've got a huge night tonight, actually. The ISS glow scan television images are going off right at the moment. The theme is Women in Space, and I'll show you some of the postcards that we've been receiving. And also, we're going to summon the demonstration gods, and hopefully they'll be kind to us. But one of the things we're going to try and do tonight is actually receive a slow scan television picture from the ISS. We're going to be struggling a little bit, I think, because we're only at about 13 degrees above the horizon, but we'll try. And what we're going to do is actually do it with an iPhone. So there's a wonderful little iPhone app that enables you to decode a slow scan television picture. So anyway, we'll maybe just touch justice. Okay, as I think it's borderline loud. Okay, thank you, Ben. We're just doing a bit of an audio check there, and I welcome. I welcome the audio technician into the studio.
Well, definitely the apprentice audio technician.
Richard, VK7ZBX, hello.
Hi, g'day Justin.
How you going?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Living the dream?
Mate, if only you knew. Excellent. It's real good.
Okay, excellent. Now, Richard and myself, and I have no doubt there are many others around Australia and in Tasmania, because it's probably at least Danny, I know, have been receiving SSTV pictures from the ISS. Now,
some people who shall remain nameless might have switched their systems off this morning thinking it was all done.
It was this morning. They all came in this morning.
I know. Like, la la la. So I went upstairs this morning before I came to work and thought, oh, bugger. There was none on. I thought, oh, I've missed the passes for the thing, so I switched it off. And
Okay.
my system is so bespoke that I wouldn't.
So, if I pull this across to here and do this,
Oh.
Now,
Oh, gee, you've got a few. Wow.
no, these aren't all mine. I'd like to claim, but no, I can't. These are the fantastic, perfect decoded images from all over the place. This is the upload site on spaceflightsoftware.com. Host a site where you can upload the images, and they choose the best of those images and put them on the front page. And what we're looking at here is the front page. So, and the reason I wanted to show you this is it actually shows you the whole series.
Oh, nice.
Because one of the problems we've got, and I suppose anybody in the world has, is each of these images is 2 minutes, and then there is a gap of 2 minutes, and then there is another image.
Sometimes the timing is very poor.
Correct. and so what happens is they start at one of 12, and then there's 2 of 12 and 3 of 12, and depending on how long it takes to go round and
might end up at the same one as it comes over again.
And you just receive the same one over and over again, and you think, no, please, please, please. So
then you'll get the one that you want to get, and it just disappears over the horizon and ends up
with a bit of rubbish at the end. I'll show you that in a minute. So what this one shows you is all of the 12. So these are the ones that it lets you know which ones you're missing. I've got that one, haven't got that one, haven't got that one, haven't got that one, haven't got that one. I have not quite about a 2/3 one of that. I've got that one. That one, same. I haven't got that one. Haven't got that one.
Come on, which one I got?
I've got a noisy one of that. There's a few noise bars in that one. Now where? That's a good point. There's a couple that I've got that aren't in here.
You didn't go back too far in history. You didn't go back to the last one.
Yeah. Okay. So just let me pull this. I uploaded a whole lot. No, see, they haven't appeared yet.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't appeared yet.
Probably vet them or something, yeah.
Well, no. On your page, they'll accept. Here, sorry, so you know what we're talking about here. If you put in VK7TW or other call signs, these are the uploads. These are all of the uploads. So you can see here Expedition 66, which was the lunar exploration one, which was the last one they did. There's a whole lot in here which it's definitely not perfect. I upload them anyway so that I've got a bit of a record. This is my record. So these were the first two that I received, which was the Russian lady, and then the Canadian lady, and the slope on that one is crap, but anyway. And then this was I got part of the English lady,
Yep.
but it's the end of the pass. Noise at the beginning, end of the pass. But there was the Indian lady I got a good picture of, the Iranian lady I got a good picture of, and there was another one I got a good picture. Oh, that's the Iranian lady. Actually, I can show you, if I show you this one. That's the Iranian one. And I think what I did, if I remember, I may have put another one. I've got my fingers crossed. Come on, show me the discussion detail. Come on, I'm clicking on it, but it's not doing anything. I double click on it.
Triple click?
It's not doing anything. Come on. About. No, I'm on discussion. That's what that's about. So that's the Iranian-born one. Maybe it's the discussion, and it's still the Iranian-born one. I thought. Oh no, there we go. That's the first Italian woman in space. So that was another one. That was this morning. So
Yeah,
and
rub it in.
got a good pass. Only a bit of noise at the end.
At the end, yeah.
So, and that's, I think, 10 of 12.
Yep.
So,
do a pretty good effort, I think, if you get all 12 in a lot of these. Cause
oh, well and truly. Well and truly. It's because we've only got a couple of days to go. So anyway, that is, now if I go back here a step, and come on, give me the, okay, no, come on, there we go, it's that one that I want. So there's a few to go. There's a few to go.
We're going to have a crack at one tonight, or?
Yeah, well, we are going to, and in fact, that's the. We just need to keep an eye on the time because at about 8 o'clock, I think it's 8:09. We've got a fairly low pass. We've also got one at about 9:30, but we won't be running the program until 9:30. I can tell you now. But what we're going to do is flip over, and in fact, what I can do here is just show you
Q camera 6.
Q camera 6 and camera 1. If we're just moving camera 1 so you don't get seasick on the stream. There's the trusty 817, and I didn't bring the 705. It's the 817 sitting there with the iPhone app, which is the Black Cat Systems iPhone app for SSTV. Has a very nice little slider for phase and slant, so even if the picture comes in crap,
Just fix it up after.
well and truly. In fact, that's receiving a picture right at the moment, which is shouldn't be. Anyway, it obviously heard some tones that it thought was a picture. But anyway, so in about a quarter of an hour's time, we'll head across to the iPhone and see how we go. In the meanwhile, I got something in the post. Yes, the post. I know the you know that post,
Snail mail?
that thing that they bring to your, the letterbox. They drop things in your letterbox.
Cool.
This arrived in the post, which is a beautiful little postcard of what I later learned was Casey Station. So, and those people in the know from the AAD would go, that's Casey. If I turn it over...
Looked like a bit of a soda setup with bags and stuff everywhere, didn't it?
If I turn it over here and I just cover up the address on here, there is... this is a postcard from Warren, VK7 Whiskey November / VK0 Whiskey November, just telling me he's arrived and setting up the station and looking forward to the call sign, which has since come through. This was sent from Casey Station and basically came on one of the last flights out of Antarctica before everything closes for the winter. So stamped with Casey Station on the 13th of March, all there. So absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So really enjoyed. Really enjoyed receiving that, and I know there's a few other people who Andrew mentioned that he got one, talking about his dad, VK0 DJ, and in fact I have a couple of, I should have brought them along. I have a couple of David's QSL cards. He was at Mawson and then he was at Casey, I think. And he overstamped the QSL cards when he went from Mawson to the other station. Oh, wow. And Andrew gave me one of his cards, so that was something a bit special. That was actually at David's funeral. So there you go. That was very special. So special greetings from Antarctica. Now, now, did you have SSTV pictures?
No, I didn't bring any. It's only the one that was on my Facebook page, which I can probably...
No, you bring that up. And I'll because you got a really good decode.
I did.
It was almost noise free, so it was fantastic. Here we are. So, what we've got while Richard does that, what we've got is one of my latest projects, and I showed this 2 or 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Jim Tregellis, who is VK5JST, who is best known for his antenna analyzer, actually, his antenna analyzer kit, out of the Adelaide Hills Amateur Radio Society, has come up with a SWR and power meter, a digital SWR and power meter. How we going?
No, just talk amongst yourselves from there.
Okay. Now, this also comes as a kit. It comes as a remote sensing head, which is throughput, antenna and transmitter. This is a little Stockton Bridge that you make up. Here we go.
Sorry for the delay. Old bloke driving social media.
That doesn't bother me in the slightest, Richard. Now,
good thing and the bad thing about Facebook. I saw it here a minute ago. Now where is it?
yeah, it's gone. It's gone in your feed. So this is the first Canadian woman in space, Roberta Bodnar, Bondar, medical doctor too. So that's pretty cool.
Be a handy chick if you're up there in space. And
well and truly. Try a bit later. Oh, okay. Yep, cool. So this is what Richard posted. This was on the 11th when it first
started.
First went live.
So I think it started on the 11th, and it was from 1800 UTC or something.
Correct.
So I started it going sort of at midnight when I went to bed.
Yep.
And looked the next morning and had that one plus 2 pretty useless halves.
Yeah. Okay.
So timing was on this occasion very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's noise free. That's
A
excellent.
couple of little sort of speckles of noise, but yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
Oh no, good stuff. Good stuff.
That's with 10 elements, 10 by 10 tracking it.
Yeah. Okay. I'd expect that level of quality.
The problem is though, when you sort of get that false sense of illusion because you've got a 10 element Yagi tracking it, you think it's great. But if the phase, if the polarisation shifts, you've sort of dropped 20 dB, so all of a sudden it's going along nice and you'll see the needle flicker and then it'll just
drop out.
Yeah, so it's a bit sad.
Oh well. No, that's all right. That's excellent. Well,
I was pretty happy with that.
There is certainly more opportunity happening. So we're going to try the pass that we're going to try at 8 o'clock. Honestly, I'll be very interested to see whether we get any
9.3 minutes.
Anything.
351. Maximum elevation is 13.4.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So what's the actual time? Yeah, 8. So AOS is 8. 3 past 8.
3 minutes past 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be surprised because we're just using the ground plane up here on the roof. Now, okay. So VK5JST Jim Tregellis has designed. This is the Stockton Bridge, which is a fairly standard design. As you see, there is a line that goes through here. There is a pickup coil on this toroid, and there is exactly the same. So this makes the bridge arrangement exactly the same arrangement over here, and they are in bridge configuration that come down. There is a couple of diodes down in here on either side, so everything's duplicated, and you have then a voltage on one side of the bridge and a voltage on the other side of the bridge that comes out on this cable and goes into the 2 analog to digital converter inputs on this particular PIC. This is a PIC processor, and there's a couple of op amps here that those come into, and there's some level conversion and bits and pieces, and then that drives the LCD. Now, Richard, can I get you to, if I uncurl this so it doesn't fly off and disappear under the
plug that in somewhere
under the bench, there is a battery underneath that particular which
with a spare outlet on it.
with yeah, you're probably going to have to bring the battery up to here. You can set it here, up here, I reckon. There'd be enough enough cable. Is there enough cable? No, round, through, under, over.
You can go around and through and over.
Ah, look at this! Look at this! We have the power. So, I'll just zoom in here so the contrast is right and turn it round. So if I unplug this, I'll just let it go through its little boot up arrangement because VK5JST 250 watt power meter.
Nice.
Now he is also in the throes of producing, and it will be a available kit, a kilowatt.
Nice.
A kilowatt power meter. Now it's HF up to 6 meters. And I have tested it up to 6 meters, and compared to, I didn't test it against my Bird power meter, SWR power meter, but I did test it against a Revex power meter, which is not bad, and it's not bad. It's pretty good, pretty close, and also very good down at QRP type powers, which a lot of power meters have a struggle when you sort of get below 5 watts.
They're not very linear.
Correct. This is not bad. So turn the 705 right down, and the power goes right down and seems to be reasonably linear. Sorry about that. Word from our sponsor. So yeah, and it just reads off the forward and reverse power, and then obviously calculates the SWR from that forward and reverse power. So I bought a couple of these to actually build into antenna tuning units.
Yeah, nice.
So so these are available as a kit. Fantastic little kit from directly from Jim actually at this point in time. And so worth a bit of a look. The kits are excellent. The box, the little box for the head, the bridge head, comes all drilled and pre-arrangement, so you don't actually have to do anything.
Wow.
You just screw the connectors on, and the PCB fits very neatly between the two connectors. So really nice little design. One of the key things is to improve the linearity is to get those two toroids and that whole arrangement with the little coax through connector and the little Faraday cage, which they use the braid on the coax for, is to get them as identical as you can, so they're exactly the same. So the reference bridge, which is the bottom one, and then the actual bridge that the power's passing through. So, but anyway, I can do it. So anyway, I can do it. There you go. But anyway, so that's VK5JST's SWR power meter. Was featured in I think it was issue number 5 AR magazine 2020. So that's where the article about this was in, and the kits are available from Jim. And yeah, I'll put some details about where you can get the kits from in the feed, the video feed. So, how are we going for time? We've got 5 minutes. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. What we might do is we'll delay that. Okay. What I'm going to show you is a blast from the past, or at least a blast from the past for me. And you'll probably go, "Oh my God!" Now. That looks pretty scrappy actually, because there's the label's been ripped off. But anyway, I used to work for a company called Microbyte Systems, and what we started off producing, actually creating, I probably soldered this together, actually soldered this actually up, and that's a single-sided board. This is a daisy wheel typewriter printer interface.
Oh dear.
So, Triumph Adler produced daisy wheel, very, very nice and very reliable daisy wheel printers, typewriters. And this here, this 26-way dual inline, which has a socket on the back and a header on the front, that you would unplug the keyboard cable.
Oh, yeah.
It's a keyboard emulator. That's what it basically is. And what this would do is inject, as if you are typing on the typewriter, the ASCII codes that are coming from this connector. And this connector, this was either a parallel Centronics, for those who can remember parallel and Centronics printers. It's a RS232, so up to, I think it was 9600 baud, I think, or something like that. And also it was the IEEE printer printer standard. And you set the configuration on these dip switches, dual inline switches here, and it would read that in and then configure so that it would take the printer codes from here and convert them to the keyboard codes here. This is a little 741, which is an op amp that we used for a little bit of the circuit, and then there was a negative voltage DC to DC converter using a 555 here for the RS232, because RS232's a plus and minus 15.
That's right.
Yeah, plus and minus 3 to 15 volts is the RS232 standard. So this generated the negative voltage that we needed because we couldn't get it off of this connector. We could get everything else off this connector. And then this one here, there was a little clip that you clipped on to the 40 volt stepper motor supply. Now the stepper motors in the ran on 40 volts, and so we clipped on to the 40 volt line. There was a neat little place that we could actually clip on, which supplied the voltage for this little converter here, this voltage converter. That's a flip-flop 74 LS74 that we needed for some frequency dividers, and then this is an 8748. Now, an 8048 is a Intel microcontroller. It has, how are we going for time? It's nearly 8 o'clock, so we're going to have to start thinking about that. Yep. Now, the 8748 is an 8-bit processor. You could buy it in a different configuration of 1, 2, or 4K of ROM, so read-only memory. In this case, this is EPROM, so it's electrically erasable, UV erasable programming memory, EPROM. It came with 64, 128, or 256 bytes of RAM. So this is the ceramic version. So you can program these up and then stick them under UV light, and they erase the EPROM, the charge out of the EPROM. The 8048s or the 8049s, they were in every IBM compatible keyboard.
Oh wow.
So these chips, you'll find one of these chips in practically every keyboard of the IBM PC era. So we were using this particular chip. It has everything. It's got I/O, it's got some counter timers, it's got some other bits and pieces on board. And so everything was done on this particular IC to take the printer input and then make it a keyboard and emulate the keyboard on the typewriter. We produced thousands, actually probably tens of thousands of them. We sold them to Germany, Triumph Adler in Germany, and yeah, as a printer interface. So there you go. And the German printer interface was about 10 times that size. And so Australia had outdone the Germans. Anyway, now we better get ready. That should be that one. So what we might do, we'll head round here. But that was a bit of a blast from the past, because I found that in a box, and I just went, okay, we really probably need to show that at the now that's okay. Now stop PD120. We'll set it to PD120, which is the
standard.
The standard that the ISS uses. And
Right. doesn't think it hears the 1000 Hz sync tone.
I just want it to actually hear it. Okay. So this is the little application. It's got the mode, the actual mode that it's stop. Let me just set that so it's not quite so noisy. It's got the mode. There's a whole bunch of supports all the modes, and it will auto detect. It's got start and stop, save and view here, so the picture gets built up here. And the interesting thing is it tells you down here the actual line number that it's hearing, which is really, really good. Stop. Then you can set the phase, and we'll see what that does, and the skew, what that does to the picture. So the phase is the slant, to correct slant, and the skew is to get all of your colours in the right place. And then there is some setup and some help and bits and pieces for the particular app. So I'm just sliding off the box here. So this is Black Hat Systems. Is the it is a paid app, so you pay a small amount of money. It's only quite small. We're so close to that antenna. It bleeds over. So that's going to be interesting. Now, so we set it to middle of the passband, 145 800, that we're listening to.
On the upside, if we wait 2 minutes, the next one should be perfect.
There's the end.
There's the end.
So stop.
Gee, you must have caught it almost at the very start.
Well and truly. So what we can do here is try and just get the skew in the phase right to start seeing a picture. Ooh, I don't know whether we can.
Might have to squint a bit.
Squint a lot, yeah. Ooh. We're picking up a bit more of the picture.
Yeah, very tricky to set a picture. VK7WN, you said that.
I don't know whether we're going to be able to resolve the phase here. We're picking up a bit more of the picture. No. Don't think we're going to be able to resolve that one.
And this one must be really cute up.
Pretty close. So we'll wait for the next one and see whether we can't do any better. Stop. No, we might wait for the next one.
Let's head back up here.
As you were, he says.
As you were. So, stop. Now, let's go back to here.
That was just frustratingly close to being perfect.
So, let's go to... Oh, no, not that one. Can 2, which is that one. Oh. Okay, I'm getting there. I can drive this thing, really, truly. I know you don't believe me, but... So, that's the image that we received. That's the Italian first Italian lady in space, Samantha Cristoforetti, and a bit of noise in there, which I'm absolutely surprised that we got that good a shot, given that was at the end of the 13 degrees. It only got to 13 degrees to start with, and we were right on. I think we were right on the start.
Yeah, and we get into the null of the antenna because it's probably a quarter wave, so it's probably got that big null at about 13 degrees.
So So that was we waited 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, then 2 minutes. It's a 50% duty cycle, and then the second picture. So we actually got that, and that is with holding the iPhone and the iPhone app, literally the microphone at the bottom of the iPhone over the speaker of the receiver. The receiver was on 145.800, and we left it there, so there's no Doppler shift. We rely on the passband of the FM receiver to be broad enough that it covers the Doppler shift, and that's not a bad little image.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's not a bad little image
If you had like
at
a
all.
discriminator meter, maybe, and the ability to tune, you could do that. But
Well and truly. I was using an FT817 there. You could be using a handheld. And in fact, you can program handheld channels to give you that little shift at the beginning and the end. So there is a way of doing that. But literally, that's all it was. It was a 817 connected to a ground plane, which is on the roof, with holding an iPhone iPhone at the top of it. So yeah, it doesn't get any simpler than that. So Black Hat Systems, I'll post. I will post the links to Black Hat Systems and bits and pieces.
they write some other pretty cool software as well.
Well and truly.
They've got a digital cart app, which is really good.
And so the ones I got was PSK31. There's a Morse pad, an SSTV, and a packet application for iPhone, and that's a little pack that costs you, I think, $11. So it's paid, and you can buy each one of them individually, but that's a little pack that Black Hat Systems come up with, and you pay about $11. So there you go. It doesn't get as actually the demonstration guides were kind to us, so that was good. So to finish off. I actually also, and everyone will put a sigh or a groan or something in here. I actually dug out. I kept a couple of my data books from back when I was programming 8748s, and this is the Intel Microcontroller Handbook of 1984, I think it is. We used to get these whole libraries of these data books thrown at us by the Intel guy in Adelaide. It was just 1983. So there was the 8748s, which were the 8-bit, the 8051s, which were also 8-bit, but they had a whole lot more on them, and then there was the 8096s, which were 16-bit microcontrollers, and the 48s came out in 1976, the 8051s in 1980, and the 8096s in 1983. So
Some of that stuff's...
there you go.
That SatTrack 3 that I had,
I love it.
that used an 8052 AH chip,
Eight-
and that had
8052.
inbuilt BASIC.
No, 8052,
Yeah.
and that's one of these. So I did some programming because it was a different command set for the 8051s, and so it took a little bit of getting used to because it was all assembler. Remember that? Bits and turning bits on and turning bits off, and putting things in RAM and
pushing bits on the stack.
Oh my god. And we got a couple of development boards with 8096s in them, but that 16-bit stuff, 64.
You're never going to need
64K, you're never going to need that many bits. Dear oh dear. Now we're going, oh my god, it hasn't got a 64-bit application. So,
Quad 3.5 gigahertz cores.
oh my god, what are we talking about here? So, now, what I thought we'd finish off with is the latest Low Key magazine. Now, people know that I absolutely love QRP and all things QRP, and I have been a member of the VK QRP Club for a very long time, and this is their magazine that comes out quarterly, I think. For $15 to be a member of the QRP club is just phenomenal. If you are into homebrewing, if you're into QRP, if you're into putting little one transistor transceivers, and this is one of Peter Parker's, VK3YE, and Peter will be down, I think towards the end of May. Is coming down to visit his mum, so we might be able to, if he's here on a Wednesday night, get him to give us a bit of a talk,
Nice.
bit of an interview in the studio. But this is his Reflex transceiver. There is an article in here for the Reflex transceiver. President's notes from Trevor Quick, VK5 ATU. There is Don Callow, who is Club News. And I just wanted to point out here, they do still run a bits no kits price list, and you can buy a lot of the standard transistors and different bits and pieces from the QRP club at really reduced rates. Doc Westcombe Down, VK5BUG, has a little article in here about the Eddystone Bug, and for those that don't know what the Eddystone Bug is, that's an Eddystone Bug there. It had a very recognisable metal top, and that's the underneath of it. This is Peter Parker's one transistor. Make your transmitter into a transceiver with just one transistor. And this is about the Reflex transceiver, and this is the circuit. This is the construction. He's got a little bit of printed circuit board there that he basically just solders the leads to various pads. Interesting method. The use of the club call sign, VK5WAT. The QRP Hours contest, which was actually last weekend, was on the weekend. So had a bit of a listen and a bit of a go on the digital side. Don't think I'll be putting a log in though, because I suddenly realised that I was probably doing it wrong. But anyway, that's between you, me and the gatepost and everybody else who's watching. Another one by Doc Westcombe, down on a 7 meg big bore 0.64 lambda helical antenna. Now Doc had a great article on a 160 metre helical that he uses with some great success. He's a big advocate of the helical antennas and the fact that they're quite small. They can be in a suburban backyard. They can be camouflaged and all sorts of things. Here's the sort of construction method. It's PVC pipe and a helical of a particular length that all slot together and give you a helical that is many metres long. Now Chris Thompson, VK1CT, always supplies an RF related crossword in the back. And then there's all the details and the club frequencies and nets and bits and pieces. And then they finish off on the back cover, very nice little QRP ATU unit by Chris Grierson, who is GM4YLN. So you can see it's a T ATU. So there's a capacitor on either side with a switched inductor in the middle. So that's what they call a T type arrangement. Probably the best gives you the greatest impedance matching capability. So in a little QRP unit. So there you go. So Low Key magazine. This is March 2022. The Journal of the VK QRP Club. So there you go. Now we do have this arrived on the couple of days ago. Jubis magazine.
Oh, it must be coming.
We'll leave that for another day. But there's some very interesting articles in there around. Actually,
There's a very interesting article
There-
about some. I
correct.
was working into ZL.
Correct. The VK7 to ZL opening. Oh, well, there's Rex and Roger and yourself.
Yeah, how about that?
There
How
you go.
about that?
So next time, and we'll get Richard back into to go through the article. Now, good you're here, Richard. 19. So, tell us.
I've highlighted. I just downloaded the thing today. I've highlighted. I must say, congratulations and thanks to all the VK7s that just
There were 19.
put up with all of our just badgering and put in logs. It came on. We could have a few more, but it's all good.
Hey.
So in the 24-hour portable operation single operator, it was taken out by Peter VK7 KPC,
KPC. I love it.
which is great. Not sure who that is, and one of those.
No, that's Catherine.
You fandangled.
VK7GL.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
GL? GH.
GH. Sorry, GH.
It's all the same Catherine.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's confusing. That's old blokes again. See VK7C. Like what's the last there anyway?
Hang on.
So she took out the single operator 24-hour portable on phone on HF.
Okay.
So it appears that there's obviously lots of different categories.
That's one of the good things and one of the criticisms of this particular contest right at the moment.
It must be a little bit of a logistical nightmare to administer, I would think.
Correct.
So if we go over the page to the 6-hour portable operation single operator, the first there for single operator on all modes but on HF was VK2R.
Okay.
Then come down to single operator phone, all bands, was Andrew VK7DW,
DW?
and second was
James
VK7JM.
Yeah.
So they were up at the new site.
Okay, with Peter.
With Peter,
Yeah. There is ZBX there.
Yeah, so the next category down was single operator phone, but only on VHF was me. So
Cool.
I got 72 contacts.
Fantastic.
618 points, which was really good.
I love it.
Yeah, so
I love it.
then as I go through, I'm sure there was another. In fact, I think Steve and there's a
TW.
there's a VK7TW. So that was in the home section, 24-hour home, phone, and all bands.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was taken out by VK2XAX.
Yep.
So who else does the VK logger? VK spotter? I might be confused.
Tim.
No, I'm confused. Anyway, so then
There's a HXT.
HXT. So good on you, Harry, for having a crack. He made 50 contacts. Which was really good. And Graham VK7TGK. That was in the home section.
Not sure I worked him.
No, and then continuation of the home 24-hour. There's a VK7HM, Rodney from up north.
Okay.
And he was on the phone section, but he went to HF.
Yeah, only HF.
And VK7 KW was on as well. So.
Well, there you go.
So there's lots of VK7s in amongst it all.
19 to be exact.
Hang on, there's there.
Oh, hang on.
There's more. The home station 6-hour, all home, all mode, all bands was taken out by Dale, VK7DG.
Love it.
Alan and Brian, KWB.
KWB, yeah.
Were on the home phone
section.
And all bands. And VK7LEE and VK7ZRJ, Lee and
on the VHF?
On VHF, yeah, which is great. And
VK7HW
was on the home phone HF.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, sorry. I forgot Steve. My apologies, Steve. You're out there listening. Steve won the home phone VHF.
Cool.
Which is really good. So he had done 39 contacts.
I love it.
Yeah, so it was great work. Great work indeed. There's a whole bunch of statistics. If you go to the website and have a look, they've done a particularly good job of analysing it all.
Yeah.
They were saying, there were 19,000 contacts, which is a 45.9% increase from 2021, which is
nearly a 50% increase.
Which is a pretty good effort.
I love it.
Look, we were really lucky down here, weather-wise. Like,
it was great weather.
You don't have many days on Mount Wellington where you've got to put sunblock on. I'll give you the tip. Murray and I look at each other going, I think I'm getting a bit of sunburn up here.
More about putting jumpers on, really.
So, but look, there's some pretty good figures. The number of logs put in last year, it's up.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Contacts are up. Points are up quite a bit.
Fantastic.
So, the higher UHF and microwave bands was a huge increase in activity since the absence of club station significantly reduced activity. So I suppose that figures less people running club stations and more going out. But
well and truly.
I just think it's great for people to just get out, find some places, play some radio on.
Well and truly.
And
I love it.
but that's good.
And
Good
congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, good effort from everybody. It's our persistence has paid off.
Yeah, you can expect that next year.
Yeah. And we've got the Winter Field Day coming up, so
Oh.
let's not lose focus.
Yeah, sorry. What date's that? Do you know?
Oh,
No, it's a little
you
while
can talk
away.
among yourselves.
It's a little
but yeah,
while
it's
away.
in June.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Because it's in winter.
Funny enough. Some people will go to Mount Wellington, perhaps.
Won't be sunblock, I can tell you now.
Yeah.
Now, a bit of a promo. You'll hear a lot about this over the next couple of weeks. In fact, you'll probably get sick of it because it'll be on every broadcast. But the 2022 WIA Hybrid AGM and Virtual Conference Program is out there, and we're looking for registrations. For our VK7 viewers, the AGM and open forums actually going to be held behind us in the club rooms.
Yay!
So if you are in Tasmania and you want to actually attend a WIA AGM and open forum, and then you can head down to Salamanca and you go to the IMAS lecture theatre for the presentations in the afternoon, so make a day of it. You are most welcome to attend in person. And for those who can't make it in person, it will be streamed, so the AGM and open forum will be streamed from here. And then, of course, when we all move down to the lecture theatre, it will be very professionally streamed from UTAS, from down there. So we'll all head down there. And, of course, Salamanca will be on, so you can grab food on the way through for lunch and then head to the lecture theatre. So, and you'll hear lots and lots about, on the broadcast, we talked about Professor Ellie Leanne, who is our keynote speaker, talking about Sidney Jeffrey and the role wireless played in the Australasian Antarctic expedition, 1911 to 14. Then there's our very own Rex Moncur, who was the director of the AAD, the Australian Antarctic Division, between 88 and 99, and he's talking about his experiences and challenges. Then a little bit of a break, and then we listen to Dr. Andrew Klekachuk, who is one of the chief scientists around atmospheric studies, which is going on as we speak in Antarctica. And then we finish off with Peter Yates, VK7PY, and Kim Briggs, VK7KB, with a bit of a review of Antarctic communications and the challenges of Antarctic communications. And actually, that's a good point. I haven't been watching the stream. Oh no, Ben, that's Ben. Thank you, Ben. Okay. And Tom. Tom Pierce. Okay. I still use a daisy wheel printer on my PCW 9512. I love it.
Wow.
I think that's worth a picture, Tom. You better post a picture. That's fantastic. Yeah, it is PD120, Ben, for the 9:30 pass. And the 9:30 pass is about 50 degrees.
It'll be a cracker.
So it'll be absolutely fantastic. So if you don't get a picture on a 50-degree pass, there is something seriously wrong with your setup.
Plug the coax in.
Correct. So yeah, we might we'll leave that set up, and we'll try that.
Maximum elevation is actually 80.4.
Oh,
almost overhead.
Sorry,
So it starts at 2138.
Now, almost overhead is a bit of a problem with a ground plane. Because right at the top there's nothing.
Feel free to tie a rope around your antenna
and pull it sideways. Are you saying I need another 9700? Well, yeah, you know.
Optimum number of 9700s is always N plus 1.
N plus 1, yeah, exactly. What about a 705? That'd be good, Ben, and then you could take it portable. So that's the WIA Hybrid AGM and Virtual Conference for 2022. Happens on the 7th of May. 7th of May, Saturday 7th of May. Block out the whole of 7th of May. That'll be the 7th of May. Yes, yeah. So 7th of May?
Let me put that date in my diary.
The 7th of May. And start putting in your, if you haven't already, your leave passes, your requests for leave pass for whole day. So yeah, that's all happening here in sunny Hobart, and it will be sunny and it'll be fantastic.
Eternal optimism.
Now, okay. We might call it crits of that. We've got a few wonderful videos for our RF viewers. There is a wonderful North Korean Army singing "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life" video that we're going to play. We won't actually play that on this stream because there is copyright issues, but it will be on the RF stream. So if you're watching on RF, you'll be able to enjoy that. And then we've got the presentation we had last week by Andrew Johns on audio. So we did get a wonderful comment. We due to a slight technical hitch, we missed the first 2 minutes of audio of that particular presentation. And so in doing the video for the YouTube channel, I actually have put a little ticker tape which covers what John's talked about. And I actually say in there, apologies for missing the first 2 minutes. And,
how ironic is that?
And yes, the irony is lost on us. And we also got a comment in the video from a guy saying, I had a little chuckle. So, okay.
Now they talk about mechanics and their cars. It happens.
It happens. Anyway, so that's our show for tonight. Thank you for watching. And I'm glad the demonstration gods were kind to us. So.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Justin.
We'll catch you next week. Got a whole bunch of things next week. Check out the Facebook page for what's coming up. So we'll have a bit of a review of our SSTV picks. That's probably a good thing to do next week.
Some good conditions coming up over the Easter break for some EME activities. So if you're lucky, we might be able to have some.
Okay.
Be a few
some more countries.
A few bleary eyes, but yeah, it's some really good conditions. But it's sort of it's the old EME 3 AM 4 AM.
Right. Okay. How's Ali taking that?
She's fine. She just sleeps on through.
Okay, she's a good sleeper then.
She's a good sleeper.
Excellent. Okay. Good work.
So she's dedicated.
Good work.
Only the crazy people get up and go over the night.
Anyway, so on that crazy note, we'll bid you farewell, and we'll catch you next time. 73.